How's everybody doing tonight? I hope you've had a good day, a nice Thursday. We're so close to the weekend. I imagine a lot of people will probably make it a long weekend, given, I think I hit the camera, didn't I? Given that we have the 4th of July coming up right around the corner, which is crazy to even think about. Well, we've only got a couple of things to break tonight, but before we get started on that, we have some information to run through here, and let me put you on the right page. I put us on the wrong page. We'll try that again. Let's go over a few things here, and then we'll get started this evening. First up, there is a note about feedback. It's because I get asked about that a lot, so I just like to let everybody know that my feedback is automated on eBay. So the benefit to you, of course, is that you never have to wait on me to sit there and leave feedback. As soon as you leave positive feedback for me, you're going to instantly and automatically get it in return with no waiting. Second thing you see there is to say thank you. I appreciate everybody. You know, you guys that come by and watch, and you bid and you break and you chat with me. There's lots of people that just come by and hang out, and I like having everybody join in the party. So in whatever capacity you are here, thank you for joining me tonight. We are taking a look now at breaks that are already listed on eBay. This is the stuff that's ending over the next 5 days that will be breaking in the days ahead. So tomorrow night, we've got a couple of fun memorabilia boxes. They're called three-peat for basketball, triple play for baseball. But basically, each one of those has an autographed jersey in it, an autographed ball, basketball or baseball as the case may be, and an autographed photograph. So those are going to be fun. We're going to open another case of encased basketball. And the case we opened last night was scorching. We got a graded Jason Tatum out of it and a graded Donovan Mitchell. Very nice hits out of there last night. And you know what else? Museum Collection Baseball comes out tomorrow on Friday. So we're going to break a half case of that. Of course, that's a very high-end product with some nice hits in it that we always look forward to every year. On Saturday, we'll open some more memorabilia, football jersey, an autographed full-size baseball bat. We'll open another case of Inception Baseball, which just came out yesterday. We'll open another case of Elite Football, which also just came out yesterday. On Sunday, we're going to open more memorabilia, full-size helmet, a baseball jersey, another half case of Museum Collection, and we'll also open the back half of Stadium Club Baseball that we're going to start tonight. We'll finish that case on Sunday. On Monday, we're going to have more autographed batting helmets back in stock. We'll bust into another one of those on Monday. We'll do a second case of the Value Pack Baseball that we're going to open tonight. We'll do a second case of that on Monday, and then more Inception. On Tuesday, we've got an autographed football jersey, an autographed basketball jersey, and a third case of encased basketball. But for tonight, here is what we are looking at. 2 breaks. One of them is 12 packs, they call them packs, of 2018 Gold Rush Baseball. And the 12 packs make up a box, and it is one box makes up a case. So however you want to call it, that's what we're opening. This is break number 1. It came out on Friday. I forgot to list it, so that's why we're opening it tonight. And then, of course, we're going to open 8 boxes of Stadium Club Baseball, which is a half case break. It came out on Wednesday, and we're going to bust into it for the first time tonight. Came out yesterday. So 12 packs of 2018 Gold Rush Value Pack Baseball, break number 1. Everything we're opening tonight ended tonight, Thursday, the 28th of June. We're live streaming it tonight. And of course, you'll see there a format that many or most of you are familiar with, which is that we have our team names on one side and the eBay user ID of the winning bidder across from it there on the opposite side. And of course, a new spreadsheet will go up before we do Stadium Club. So if you're not in this Gold Rush break, you're going to get a chance to see your name in lights up there in a moment. Last but not least, I did do that on purpose. I just changed the focus. Background went out of focus. Don't worry. We're going to be able to see everything with no problems, hopefully. I see Greg is in chat. So is Corey and T. Cassidy. And Cowboys or Jacksonville in Hit Parade. Oh, Corey, we don't have a Hit Parade break tonight, man. We've got some coming up later this week, but tonight we don't have any. And Greg, you are right. Top Series 2, those are long breaks, especially the hobby breaks. Of course, we had a long break last night as well, but we opened I can't get in here. We opened 3 different cases of products last night, and it took us a while to get through all of that as well. And Bills and Coins is here saying, oh, you were using the app. So, okay, yeah, that makes sense. You know, I've had people tell me that before. What we're talking about here, if you can't read chat, sometimes if you're checking out with the eBay app, like I will have finished combined shipping on my side, but on the app, for some reason, now I don't use the app myself, but I have been told multiple times in the past that what happens is it will show you still the full shipping amount until you get into the checkout process, and then somewhere in that process it will display the correct amount, but until then it looks like combined shipping hasn't been done. I don't know what the deal is. That it's some kind of weird wonkiness that has to do with the eBay app and combined shipping that's done manually, and I don't know why, but there you have it. If you ever have that problem, that's usually what's going on. All right, so we have here Immaculate, numbered to 49, and that, of course, is Jarrell Cotton from the Oakland A's. What you see here, that's actually just like a little Gold Rush seal up there at the top, you know, kind of like Panini puts their seals in things. And we're going to have 3 cards per pack, if I didn't say that already. So there's going to be 36 cards in this break in total. Here is Manny Machado to 149, relic for the Orioles, and that is out of, what does that say? Prime Cuts, I think that says. And then we have an autograph card here, Miguel Sano. That is out of Tier 1 and is numbered to 199. So that's the thing about these value packs. They're pretty cool. You kind of don't know what you're going to get in them. They can be graded cards. They can be short prints. They can be rookies, autographs, memorabilia. They can kind of be just about anything. So, you know, that's the deal. It's kind of up in the air. This is, who else on here? Barry Bonds, Alex Rodriguez, and Jose Canseco are all on this card, and the relic is from Jose Canseco for the A's. So my thought on this is, well, I don't know. My thought on this is, because that's who's on the back, is that it would, you know, go there, but there are 3 teams on the card, so I guess we are, I don't know if we're going to go to random. I don't know what we're going to do with that. We're going to set that aside. We'll figure that out in a minute. Alfaro to 99 out of Immaculate Baseball. That's for the Phillies, of course. You've got a nice autograph and dual relic there. And next up, Gonzalez. And that, of course, is for the Diamondbacks. And is that numbered? Yeah, numbered to 10. So nice low number on the Gonzalez for the D-backs. Yeah, Corey, you're talking about the HTA of Top Series 2. Yeah, mostly I broke the jumbos. I mean, I can't get in this pack. I had to do the one hobby case. It was kind of a weird deal the way it worked out this year, and one of my suppliers required us to buy the hobby to get the jumbo. But typically, Series 1, Series 2, and Update, you know, normally I just do the jumbo as well. But this time we did a little of both, so variety, you know, something for everybody, I guess. And this is Jordan Hankins. This is USA Baseball, and I will have to, that's numbered to 35. I'll have to go to the Minor League Baseball website, find out where exactly he's affiliated, and that's where that will go. And we have a little Dusty Baker historic signatures out of Panini Golden Age. And I mean, I would think that of course, I always associate Dusty Baker with the Reds, but we're going to have to look that up too, since there's no team listed on it. And then we have a graded card, Carlos Correa. This is graded to 9. This is out of 2016 Optic, and it is a short print Rookie of the Year card in there. So that's what we've got for our first graded out. Ah, Corey, you were thinking of the wrong break. I got you. I'm glancing over back and forth into chat while I'm doing this. And these are, there's not a lot of wrappers to unwrap here. So I'm not keeping up with chat as much as I kind of do otherwise. Corey, this can be anything. We've seen, I think, Upper Deck in here. We've seen Panini. Here's a Fleer. I mean, these can be from any manufacturer in here. Moonshots, Chipper Jones for the Braves. That is a Fleer Ultra card. And we have a little one-of-one printing plate for Giancarlo and the Marlins. What is this out of? That is out of Immaculate as well, 2017 Immaculate. So a little one-of-one for the Marlins. And next up, we have Archie Vaughn. And I don't know who that is. We'll have to look him up too. I don't know who he is. But anyway, we have a dual relic for him, and we'll find out where Archie there goes about the same time we go look up our minor league stuff to find out where that guy goes. So we got a few things we're going to be looking up along the way. Here is Eddie Rosario for the Twins out of Optic Baseball. Autograph, of course, on that one. And a relic, Milestone Materials. Oh, Robin Yount. That's nice. That's out of Topps Tribute. And this wasn't that numbered? I would think it is, but I don't see a number on it. So maybe it's not numbered. Anyway, it's out of Topps Tribute, and pretty cool little hit right there for the Brewers. I was just looking again to see if I saw a number because I felt like it should be numbered. And who have we here? 2014 Bowman Chrome Prospects, Jose Abreu, first Bowman, graded 9.5 gem mint for the White Sox. Why can I not? They have a little notch in them, but oh my goodness, as you see, the little notch doesn't work very well, so we won't be using the little notch again. But hey, thank goodness they're all in top loaders, so yeah, disaster averted there. Michael Jordan, how about that? That is a Michael Jordan baseball card from Upper Deck. And the Birmingham Barons, good grief, I don't remember what team they're affiliated with. We'll be looking that one up too. Kevin Kramer out of National Treasures, numbered to 10. UCLA card. We'll be finding out who he's affiliated with. We've got quite a stack over here that we'll be looking up, as a matter of fact, more than I expected. Molina for the Cardinals. That's numbered to 99. It's from Immaculate. Not going to make the mistake of using the notch again. No, we are not. Learned my lesson. Okay, this is Ivan Rodriguez. This is out of Upper Deck. It's for the Rangers. That is a piece of game-used baseball bat. Fleer October Legends. We have both the Yankees and the Mets on there, so that one is going to end up going to random. So we're going to set it aside. We've got two going to random, and then we have that stack to just look up team affiliations. Hey, here comes Ian Happ out of National Treasures. We know where he goes. That is numbered to 99 for the Cubbies. Yeah, bills and coins. We do need to get some Rockies coming for you out of here somewhere along the way. This is numbered to 49, and it is Ross Stripling. And who does he play for? Does it say on here? Los Angeles, okay. So it's either a Dodger or an Angel. Based on the uniform, I'm going to assume it is a Dodger. Of course, I will look it up and verify it before it ships out the door. Here's another Milestone Materials. This is again out of Topps Tribute. Tom Seaver and, of course, Cincinnati Reds on that one. Hometown Heroes, game-worn jersey for Derek Jeter. Ah, cool, man. I like getting game-worn stuff for Derek Jeter. out of 2003 Fleer Skybox. That's actually pretty cool. Feels like there's a graded card in here, so I want to make sure that I have everything scooted way down. Not that I'm going to cut through the big heavy plastic thing it comes in, you know, I don't think that's possible, but still. On the back of this, we have a Pee Wee Reese for the Dodgers out of SP Legendary Cuts, and oh, that's a game-used bat. Oh, cool. That is really cool, actually. Game-used bat, man. I like that. That's really nice. Huh. Then we have Sweet Sticks, Roger Clemens. Another authentic bat piece. And he's on this card, of course, as an Astro, as you see. So that's headed to the Astros. Next up, 1996 Stadium Club, Barry Bonds, PSA DNA. And I guess what this looks like to me is that someone had him, I guess, sign that back, I don't know. Did they have it? Yeah, I guess they did. Maybe they had him sign it before. I don't know. It doesn't look like it's one that the trading card company had signed, because I don't even think they did that in 96. But anyway, it has been graded by PSA DNA. So it's graded and certified, and it's a Barry Bonds autograph for the San Francisco Giants. So a nice graded, certified autograph hit there. So far we've hit some nice stuff out of here, I think. Here's a Rocky for you. It is Todd Helton, numbered to 35. It's Relic, of course, and this again out of an Upper Deck product. Here's Chris Sale out of Pinnacle, way back in the way back when he was with Chicago, no less. How about that? Yeah. Haha. And of course, it will go to Chicago because that's the team you see on there. Here's a Nolan Ryan game-used piece of the baseball bat, it looks like. And what team do we see with Nolan Ryan on here? The Mets. Well, you're saying Gold Rush is all over the place. Well, I mean, that's the whole thing with any of these things that are repackaged like this, right? I mean, they're going to have a collection of stuff from any of the major card manufacturers. I mean, there can be Leaf, Upper Deck, Panini, Topps. I mean, it can kind of be a little bit of anything for sure. That's part of the nature of this repackaged sort of stuff. Here's Alex Reyes autograph from Bowman's Best, and it is a hit for the Cardinals. For the Orioles, we have Cal Ripken Jr. with a relic. That one's from an Upper Deck product, it looks like. And here we have, does he pronounce it Benoit or Benoit? I'm not sure which one, but anyway, it is a 1/1. And it's for the Blue Jays, and I always like any kind of 1/1. I'll be honest with you, I do. So there's your little 1/1 signature down there. And it's some kind of VIP stamp on the front of it as well. So blue, right there's the VIP, 2018 VIP it says. So anyway, 1/1 for the Blue Jays, always a good thing. Out of Topps Chrome. Okay, Didi Gregorius out of Pinnacle. Note that he has a Diamondback on this card. That's his rookie card. So, of course, again, going to go to the team that you see there on the card. Here comes Carson Kelly to 99 out of Immaculate with a couple of nice relics and an on-card signature there for the Cardinals. And then the Cincinnati Reds have Ken Griffey Jr. relic. Pretty cool. From Upper Deck. Now, we have a little odds and ends stuff to deal with here before we do our recap, which is all these odds and ends cards that I don't know where they go. All right, so Jordan Hankins is our first that I've got to look up and see. I'm sure he's in the minor league system, or I assume that he's in the minor league system. So I'm going to look him up. We're going to find out who he's affiliated with, and that's where he will go. And if you are typing to me in chat right now, I can't see it at the moment because I'm using the iPad to look up all this stuff that we're looking up here. All right, so Jordan Hankins, come on up here. His parent club is the Angels. So, you know what? I need something. Tell you what I'm going to do so that I don't have to look this up again later. Here's what we're going to do. If it was my own top loader, I wouldn't mind writing on the back of it, but since this one's all nice and sealed up with the Gold Rush label on it, we're not going to do that, but we're going to do it like this. So now it's written on the team bag instead. So that is headed to the Angels because that is his current parent club. Now we have to look up Kevin Kramer. We're going to do the same thing. Whoever is currently employing Kevin Kramer is going to take home that card because that again is another collegiate picture there. The other one was actually USA Baseball. This one's collegiate. Kevin Kramer, come on, buddy. Where are you? I think he's Pittsburgh. I'm waiting for it to load and let me get another. I need to get another team bag so I can write again. Okay, now Kevin Kramer is all loaded up. He is a Pirate indeed in the minor league system. So, Pirates there. Keep in mind, if you're in chat, I still can't see you. And then I've got to look up Michael Jordan here. The team on here is the Birmingham Barons. So who in the world? I don't know. Let's find that out. I really did not expect to have so many of these that we had to look up. I will tell you that. You know, usually you might find one or two you don't know, but this is quite a lot tonight. Does anybody know offhand, like who? Oh, because it's not giving me the answer I want. I just want to know the parent club for the Birmingham Barons. It might be the White Sox, but let's see. Yes, it is the AA affiliate of the White Sox. Okay, so that then I would presume we have got a White Sox there. And we still got some more to look up. I know, this is the boring part. And I used to, honestly, I used to always do this later off camera because it kind of drags to do it in the midst of it. But, you know, sometimes then people would get all in a twist. So I just decided, it's better just to take time, do boring stuff now, whether we want to or not. So this guy, Arky Vaughan, I have no earthly idea. So, I mean, like zero idea. I don't even think I've ever heard that guy's name. So, we're going to look him up on MLB.com. Okay, Arky Vaughan, come on up here, brother. And Arky Vaughan played for... Looks like he played for the Brooklyn Dodgers 1, 2, 3, 4 series, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, like 10 or more for the Pirates. So Arky Vaughan is going to be a Pirate, and we're just going to slide him right in here in our little Pirates labeled team bag that we already have going, if he will fit. I guess he does not. So I guess we'll get another one. We're doing everything the hard way today. Although, truthfully, that's been kind of the way my whole day has been. Everything's just been slightly off track kind of all week. Everything, you ever have one of those weeks where it's just like everything you do is just slightly off track of the way it should be. And so, yeah, everything just takes longer and forever. All right, Dusty Baker is up next. So let's pull him up. We're getting there, folks. I'm sorry this is the boring part. And you guys that are here for Stadium Club are like, oh my gosh, how long can we sit and wait? I know, I'm sorry. Dusty Baker has played for 2 seasons for the A's, 1 for the Giants, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 for the Dodgers, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 for Atlanta. Wouldn't you know it? Okay, so so it looks like we are between the Braves and the Dodgers with equal number of seasons on that. So you know what's going to come up next. We're going to roll right on over here and see if we have the same or different people. So there's our Braves, our Dodgers. We do have 2 different team owners there. So yeah. Let's get your view changed and then me. And we've got to use random.org to award this. So the Dodgers he played for first, the Braves he played for last. So I'm just going to type it in as Dodgers, and then Braves. And what I will do here, I'm going to hit random 3 different times. The first 2 times are not going to count. It's going to be our third and final random that will tell us where this card's going to go. So ignore the first one. Ignore the second one. Here comes our third one. There's 3, our final, our date and time stamp. It comes up as the Dodgers. Okay? So that is Dusty Baker card there going to the Dodgers because he had equal length of service for both the Dodgers and the Braves. Greg says he doesn't like the tape that they use. Well, you can always take that Gold Rush tape off there when you get it. I mean, you know, just take it off there and it doesn't matter. Just put it back in a regular top loader. It's certainly not going to hurt anything to remove it. It's not like a Panini tape or a Topps tape that you wouldn't want to remove. Doesn't matter. You can take the Gold Rush off. Yankees and Mets on this one. Same format. We're going to head first to the spreadsheet. If we have different team owners, then we will roll into random.org and do kind of what we just did. So the Mets are Logic Boy. The Yankees are Vendus 0. So same format. We'll run random 3 times, and third time will count. First 2 are ignored. In this case, the Yankees are on the left, the Mets are on the right. I normally will list left to right or top to bottom. So I just made a mess of that. Okay, so here goes the first one, ignore it. Second one, ignore it. Third and final coming up. 3 times, date and time stamp going to the Mets. So that is this bad boy right there. And Stadium Club folks, you guys are being so patient. Thank you so much. Of course, we do usually do more than 1 break a night anyway, but usually when it's a heavier base card break like Stadium Club, I try to do something that's kind of quick in front of it, but this one's taken us a little while. Okay, so on this card, we have the A's, the Giants, and the Mariners. So it's going to be typed in that order, A's, Giants, Mariners, unless someone owns 2 of the 3. You have to own 51% or more. So if somebody owns 2 of the 3 teams, they just take the card outright. If no one owns 2 of the 3, we'll go back and rinse and repeat on what we've just done. So the A's, that would be Logic Boy. The Giants is Jeffrey Karma. And then the Mariners is Fire Mask or something similar to that. You know I'm going to pronounce at least 1 or 2 of those usernames wrong. You can kind of count on it. Okay, so here we go, guys. Same as before. And gals. We probably have guys and gals, I should say. Well, I know there's a typo in Mariners, but that's all right. We're not going to worry about it. First one you can ignore. The second one you can ignore. Here comes our third and final. And there you see 3 times our date and time stamp. It is awarded to the Giants. So that is this little card right here. Like, I wasn't quite sure what to do with it, but honestly, any other team that had 3... Any other card that had 3 teams on it, we would put it through random. So you figure May as well, you know, it's what you should do with this one too. Even though only one of them has a relic, it does have 3 teams and 3 players. So, all right, let's recap it. To the Giants by way of random. To the Mets by way of random. To the White Sox, because that is the Birmingham, whoever these were, Barons. That's their parent club, according to MILB.com. That is a White Sox. Dusty Baker to the Dodgers. That was random between the Braves and the Dodgers with equal length of service. Archie Vaughn, Pirate. For the Pirates is Kevin Kramer. He's, of course, currently in the minor leagues, but that whoever he's playing for, his parent club, is the Pirates. And then the Angels, ditto. Jordan Hankins is in the minors, and his parent club is the Angels. So that's that part of it. These are a little quicker, so we're not going to look at the backs again. We've already looked at the backs of all of these the first way through. This one is a 1 of 1. You see down there in that bottom right, and it also has that VIP stamp on it, whatever that happens to be from. So we've got a pretty interesting, somebody said, you know, pretty interesting mix of things in here, and I guess that's right. We've got some memorabilia, some autographs, some graded cards, current players, past players. I kind of like the Derek Jeter relic. I really kind of do. And, you know, I mean, it's game-worn jersey of Derek Jeter. I think it's cool. And Ross, what did we say about... Oh, it said on there, didn't it? Yeah, Los Angeles. Okay. So Ross Stripling here. Again, that appears to be the Dodgers, not the Angels, because if you look at the uniform card, just says Los Angeles. I will verify it before I send it out that it's Dodgers. Okay. Ian Happ, of course, is the Cubs. We know that. Another game used. That one was for the Rangers. There's a hit for the Cardinals, a hit for the Brewers, and Eddie Rosario for the Twins, and Chris Sale when he was with Chicago. All right, so that goes to Chicago, and a 1 of 1 for the Miami Marlins with Giancarlo. Chipper Jones, Gonzalez for the Diamondbacks, Alfaro for the Phillies, Miguel Sano for the Twins, Manny Machado, Orioles, and Jarrell Cotton for the A's. Then our graded cards, this is out of 1996 Stadium Club, fittingly enough. It's autographed by Barry Bonds. It's been PSA DNA certified. You see the autograph down there across the bottom. That's also a Barry Bonds authenticated sticker there on the back, I believe. Hologram sticker. Jose Abreu. This is 2014 Bowman Chrome Prospects. It is graded out at 9.5. And then a little short print Carlos Correa, graded out at 9, Gem Mint for the Astros. Okay, that has Gold Rush all finished up. Let me get that set aside. And then we're going to bust into Stadium Club. Stadium Club is a brand new case. It came out yesterday. We didn't open it last night. We're starting it tonight. So many of you know what that means. If you don't know what that means, I'm going to give you the info right now. Because it is a brand new case that we haven't busted into yet, I will take every single box out of the case. I will number it on the end and use random.org to choose for us which 8 we're going to open tonight versus which 8 we will open in the back half, which will be the next break, I think Saturday or Sunday. Sunday, maybe. And same format, of course, you see that we used a moment ago, which is the teams on one side and the eBay user ID of our winning bidders there on the opposite side. And time to break the seal. I'll never buy a whole lot of Stadium Club, but I do like the photography on it. So I usually buy a couple of cases, and then, you know, we do them in half case breaks just because it takes a while, you know. It's kind of like some of the other base card heavy stuff that we do. I usually like to break it up into a half and a half, because anything over about 12 or 1500 cards is better as a half case. Because you can imagine, like, for example, Greg was talking about in chat how long the Series 2 break was for the hobby cases as compared to the jumbo cases. And, you know, the jumbo cases, a half case of that is 1500 cards. A half case of the hobby is like close to or about 2200 cards, as in 2200. And when you get up to that many in one break, it's, I mean, I don't mind doing it on my side, but man, it's a lot to have to sort, and it's also a lot for you guys to have to watch. It's like, you know, there's so many base to get the number of hits. There's kind of a point of diminishing returns, I think. So I usually kind of break them up if there's a lot of cards in them. So there's everything all numbered up, and now we're going to roll over here to random and let random choose for us which we open tonight. Okay, there's our 1 through 16. I'm just going to hit random one time. It's going to be the first 8 numbers that come up. So that is 14, 5, 4, 13, 9. Oh boy, I'm not ever going to remember these. 11 and 2. So 2, 4, 5, 9, 11, 13, 14. Is that right? 2, 4, 5, 9, 11, 13, 14. Okay. All right. 2, 4, 5, 9, 11, 13, 14. I must have missed one, right? Because that's on the boxes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I've missed one. Okay, hang on. Hold on. What did I miss? 15. I didn't count 15, did I? No, that would be the one I'm missing. There we go. Now we have 8 boxes. Let me put our other 8 boxes back into the case over here, and then we'll get busting. And of course, Stadium Club, we're going to look for 2 autographs in every box of this. And then, of course, you know, we may find some other little surprises along the way as well. There's 16 packs in here, so a few less packs to open than some things, which makes it go by a little quicker. And there's, I think, 8 cards per pack. So enough to be fun to open, not so many that we're going, oh my gosh, I need a nap before we get done, right? And as most of you probably know, the coolest thing, to me, anyway, the coolest thing about Stadium Club is the photography. We usually see all kinds of images that are different than most of what you would see on trading cards. I mean, sometimes you get some that are more, quote, traditional, but a lot of times the photography is kind of the centerpiece of Stadium Club as much as anything else. Jay says, this is going to be the only time that he pulls for the Yankees. You know what, though, Jay? Isn't it hard sometimes to bid, even to bid on teams if you don't like them yourself? Because, you know, I mean, there are some, there's no baseball teams I don't like. I think we've talked about this before. But in football, there are definitely some teams, some division rivals that I would have a hard time buying in a break because I just, you know, I have that kind of rivalry with them on with my football team, and I think, ooh, yeah, I don't want them to even do well in a break. But that's not really true. It's not that I wouldn't want them to do well in a break, but you know what I mean? It would be hard for me to buy them because I would get the cards and I would think, oh no, what am I going to do with these cards? Because this is, you know, not my player. Of course, I don't resell most of mine, so that's part of the deal. If I resold it, I guess it'd be a different matter. All right, so we're just going to kind of cruise along until we see things. This is my first time looking at this too, so we're going to go through this together. There is a Joey Votto Power Zone. See, this is what I'm talking about. Like, that's a cool shot of Ozzie Albies, right? For the Braves. I like it. I think the photography is a lot of fun in here. And this is members only is what is stamped on there, and that is Dallas Keuchel and the Astros. And of course, as I said, this will get a little faster as we go along, but in the beginning, when I'm kind of looking through it for the first time myself as well, I'm right alongside you, kind of trying to figure out what else we need to look at. That is a red parallel of some sort, I'm going to say, I believe. Our other stuff is silver. There are usually some variations that have to do with the writing that you see on them. Special Forces Shohei Ohtani. Jay says he sets his heart aside when it comes to breaks. He has to put his rooting interests off to the side and just consider the breaks by themselves. And that's the right way to do it, of course. And we have another Shohei Ohtani, a couple coming out right here together. That is Dream Team. Greg says that Topps puts out too many products. Well, I mean, here's the deal with that. Well, first of all the companies put out a ton of products these days. Panini does as well. There's lots and lots and lots of them. But here's the thing. I didn't know all the details of this until kind of recently. And one of my reps used to work for Upper Deck. He is the one that told me that the contracts, like with Major League Baseball, with the NBA, with the NFL, the contracts that these guys sign, the trading card companies, specify that they have to have a certain number of releases per year. And they have to meet that number. So, you know, if the contract says they've got to have 50 baseball releases or whatever it is, then if Topps wants to keep the contract, you know, they have to honor the terms, and then that means you got to put out 50 baseball releases or whatever number they've given you. The Randy Johnson is in black, so again, I believe that will be some sort of a parallel. Doesn't appear to be numbered, but anyway. So I'm kind of like you. I thought for a long time, I was just like, my gosh, why do they put out something every week or every other week? Sometimes it seems like, or in the case of this week, Topps had 3 different baseball releases. So I thought that was an interesting little insight that he gave me with that, just kind of letting me know, hey, most of the time it's not even really up to them specifically. They're just kind of told, hey, this is what you got to have, and they've got to create the products that go with it. Though honestly, for baseball, it doesn't bother me. I think Topps paces it pretty well for baseball. Now, obviously, this week with 3 products coming out at once, maybe they didn't do as good a job pacing themselves here, but normally they do. Okay, here is our first autograph, and it is Ryder Jones rookie card. So Ryder Jones and the Giants draw first blood, if you will, in our Stadium Club break. And we should have, we're still looking for one. We're supposed to have two. Here it comes. And it is Anthony Santander, rookie card for the Orioles. So our two autographs came out right there together, hung on till almost the end. Nice little Victor Robles rookie card for the Nats. And there's a Santander with the black print. Whoops, hang on, I thought that was our last one, but there was someone below him. Lucas Sims was hanging out down there on the bottom. So box 1 of Stadium Club is finished up. We're starting on box 2. Ah, Greg, you have the Orioles. I'm taking it, right? That is your hit. Some stuff. Did I send some stuff to you today? I shipped a bunch today, and I'm trying to remember if I think. Did you have some memorabilia recently or not? I can't even remember who I shipped what to today. But I did get a bunch of stuff out the door. You would have gotten a shipping notice, of course, if I did. But yours might have gone out earlier this week. I don't know. Or no, you know what went out for you today? Top Series 2. That's what went out for you. The last of the Series 2 shipped out, as well as some memorabilia and some stuff like that. Got quite a bit out the door today. Bills and coins, you are looking for Tigers, Pirates, and Rays. I like it. Yeah, you got that Oakley. You got that Charles Oakley, though, already, didn't you, Greg? Because I shipped that a while ago. Or it seems like a while ago. Sometimes to me, though, Monday, you know, like 3 days ago, sometimes seems like a while to me. Because really, I ship a lot of stuff every week. So something I ship out 2 or 3 days ago sometimes to me might feel like I shipped it out a month ago. But the mailman knows me well, as does the UPS man. I looked it up at one point last year, and I had spent somewhere around $35,000 on postage at that point. And I would imagine this year I'll well outpace that. Because, of course, they raised the rates. And I've broken a lot more memorabilia through this point in the year than I had at this point in the year last year, I think. And, of course, that's where they get you, right? Not so much the first class stuff, but you start getting in the priority mail and the bigger boxes and things like that. They'll tag you pretty good on some of that sometimes. Cost-wise, I mean. There's a little J.P. Crawford, that one black and white parallel, and the orange writing on it. The Oakley came the other day. All right, cool, good. I was like, man, did I lose my mind? I thought I sent that several days ago, so I'm glad you got it. I'm glad it has arrived safe and sound. Byron Buxton. And here's an autograph. Jackson Stevens. Little rookie hit for, guess what? My Cincinnati Reds. How about my Reds lately, right? I complained about them so much at the first of the year. Well, everybody did. They were terrible. And we've been a little better. We've been on a bit of a little run there. Came across and laid it on the Atlanta Braves a couple times, which I'm still kind of in shock over. And maybe my Reds are starting to put it together. Of course, I shouldn't say that out loud. Where's something I can knock? There we go. Knock on some wood. I probably just jinxed them forever. Oh, why'd I say that out loud? Anyway, I am happy that we've been doing better. Because it's kind of difficult to watch sometimes when it gets real bad. Definitely more fun. But what about that Joey Votto got ejected in the first inning? What? Over arguing the call? That was crazy. Because Joey Votto is usually kind of a... I would say a relatively calm guy. You know, he's not a guy that's going nuts and tearing the place down normally, but by golly, he did get himself ejected in the first inning the other day. I don't know. I think that would be kind of like almost like a little badge of honor if you played baseball. Get ejected for arguing a call. I don't know. I think I would want to do it. That is for the Miami Marlins, Sandy Alcantara. And finally, we have his signature on the card with the correct team. All the products up to this point, his signature has been as a Cardinal, and his base cards have been as Marlins for the most part. Finally, we have, it's all caught up. So signature correctly reflected as a Marlin, his current team. So that's always good news when they manage to get us caught up. I don't think we have, do we have any baseball next week? I don't think so. There's only one thing releasing next week. I can't remember what it is, but it comes out on a Friday because, of course, Wednesday is the holiday next week. And whatever the release is, which is escaping me at the moment, comes out on Friday instead. And I think it's just the one product. Of course, we need all the time we can get, honestly, to get through everything else because, gosh, between Elite and Stadium Club and Museum Collection and Inception, we have more than enough to keep us busy for next week. That's for sure. It's hard to do a lot of those in one night. Oh, and Encased. I forgot about Encased. Unless we mix, you know, take the ones with the smaller number of base cards. Of course, you can do those a little more readily in groups than you can something with lots of base like this. Hank Aaron. Yay. I always love when I see Hank Aaron. Nice little black and white Hank Aaron for the Braves. Did I say Speed Force? No, Special Forces. I said Speed Force. Okay. All right. I'll admit it. I watched The Flash. All right. So, you know, I see Speed and I think of the Speed Force because of The Flash. I watch Green Arrow too. I like them both. I tried to watch Legends of Tomorrow. Man, that show is just, I don't know. It was decent there for a while, and then I kind of jumped the shark, so to speak. I haven't watched that one much of last season because it was just bad. But Green Arrow and The Flash, I like them. Ooh, when does Hard Knocks start? That's got to be coming up pretty soon as well. I need to set my DVR for that. Because it's the Browns this year. So, frankly, that should be entertaining, to say the least. Baker Mayfield's kind of always up to something. It seems like. And speaking of football players who are always up to something, of course, Jameis Winston got popped with a 3-game suspension over that Uber incident from a couple of years back. And do you remember how he denied that? Like, denied it. It wasn't him. Didn't do it. It's somebody else. One of his buddies. You know, all this stuff. And then, of course, the third person who was in the car comes out and basically says, you know, oh, he did ride a different driver by himself, etc. Paul Blackburn and the A's. But still, Winston doesn't come out and say that he's done it. So he gets slapped with the 3-game suspension. And now all of a sudden he apologizes and says he's, stopped drinking and he's going to live his life better and whatever. So I'm thinking, wait a minute, where's the part where you say you did it? Because you've been saying, I didn't do it, I didn't do it, I didn't do it, I didn't do it. And now it's like, oh, I'm sorry and I don't drink anymore. What? So anyway, he's going to set out 3 games. I think one of them is against my Steelers, I believe. And then, of course, if you're a Giants fan, you probably saw the news that Janoris Jenkins' brother just got arrested for murder. Killed somebody in the house that Janoris owns. But he was in Florida. His brother lives there, too. And I guess this is a friend of maybe both of theirs or something. Apparently, they got into some kind of fight, and his brother killed him. So, not Janoris, killed the friend. So it's been kind of a rough couple of days stretch there for the NFL players, and not having good news coming out for them these days too much. But haven't heard much out of baseball. So I guess that's good. And we have our second signature for this box, and it is for the Nationals, Rowdy Reed. The only thing I've seen today or yesterday either, really, much about baseball, is that Sammy Sosa is complaining that, the Cubs don't. Well, the Cubs kind of disowned him. I mean, they didn't, but yet they kind of did. They don't really kind of honor him or do anything with him or for him. So there was an article about that. And the person writing it, of course, I think correctly assumes that if Sammy Sosa would come out and say, hey, yes, I used PEDs and I'm sorry, then they think that the Cubs would get over it and move on. But because he keeps saying that he didn't, but kind of everybody else says he did, and all the tests kind of say he did, or not all the tests, but obviously he got tested and got caught somewhere along the way. So I don't know. But the article did make a good point about, if you look at Mark McGwire, who, of course, same scenario and same time frame as Sammy Sosa. Mark McGwire did come out and say, well, you know what? Yeah, I did use him off and on over the years. And so, okay, he's kind of moved on. Everybody's moved on. He's forgiven. And you don't really think too badly of Mark McGwire, all things considered. So I guess they kind of have a point. But it doesn't matter, because Sammy Sosa is not going to say that he did it, or he would have already said it by now. That's how I expect it will turn out anyway. Well, we've got 2 things happening there. There's a Chris Bryant in the red parallel, and our autograph card, Kyle Farmer, who's actually been playing some for the big club and playing pretty well. Mr. Kyle Farmer hitting well anyway. So I had to go by the hobby store today. I actually went to pick up some top loaders that I messed up and I thought I had here and I was out of, and then he didn't have them either. But while it was there, I did find a little stash of something interesting. So there's a Stadium Club Chrome parallel. And that's for Joey Votto and the Reds. He just bought an autographed baseball collection. Not authenticated any of it. This is all stuff that people took, took to a ballpark and got signed while they were there, sort of things. So none of them are authenticated or anything like that, but he had some cool stuff. He had 3 or 4 Nolan Ryans in there, as a matter of fact. So I'm kind of wondering, like, I wonder how much it would cost. I've never had a baseball sent off to be authenticated. Does anybody have any idea how much that costs? Because I thought it might be kind of fun to pick up a few of them. And if I do, and we get them authenticated, and they come back, what I thought I might do is use them in some breaks. Like we could do maybe some fixed price breaks, and part of the break could be, you know, we'll do a random of whatever, Nolan Ryan autograph ball or whatever. So oh, Greg, you said it's expensive to get a ball, to get a signature on a ball authenticated. Okay. I wasn't really sure if it was going to be similar to the cost of a card, you know, 15, 20 bucks if you're a member of the club, so to speak, their collector club. So, yeah, I guess if it's a lot, it's probably not going to work out, but he did have some pretty cool stuff in there. He just bought them. Had a few reds, including Barry Larkin, but he didn't have many current reds or any current reds. Like he didn't have Joey Votto or any of that. Had some Lexington Legends stuff, but there was no Jose Altuve in there, which, of course, you know, I'm not surprised that there wasn't. But anyway. Tyler Wade for the Yankees. Signature hit. So maybe that's not going to be a good idea then. But it sounded good for a minute. I basically traded him off some stuff today. He didn't get enough of something he wanted. I didn't get enough of something I wanted. So we did a little trade. I gave him some of mine. He gave me some of his. And everybody's happy. He's a super nice guy, so I like working with him on things. And there's an Ian Kinsler for the Angels. Bills and Coins is kind of pleading with the universe here to give him some hits out of Stadium Club here. He has Detroit, Pittsburgh, and Tampa Bay, if I'm remembering correctly. I know you typed that in there a while ago, Bills and Coins. I think that's who you said. So let's try and work the mojo up for you again. We'll say it out there one more time. We're looking for the Tigers and the Pirates and the Rays universe. Well, I should specify autographs. You're looking for Tigers, Pirates, or Rays autographs. Because otherwise, I'm sure, you know, there's plenty of base cards in there. But we're trying to work up the mojo for the hits. I kind of wonder why the people who sold all those autograph balls didn't get them authenticated. Because, you know, they got the autographs for free at the ballpark. And they probably could have sold them for a whole lot more if they had authenticated them. So I wonder why they didn't. Well, they might not have even known. Some people, believe it or not, some people don't, who aren't big into formal collecting, if you will, they don't know what's how things work sometimes. Here is Tomas Nido for the Mets. Poor little Mets. Of course, their GM had a recurrence of cancer, which was bad to hear. It sounds like they're going to be doing things by committee up there for a while. And, yeah, it also kind of seemed to indicate that they're considering or might consider offers for both Syndergaard and DeGrom, which I was a little surprised to hear. I mean, I guess it's not written in stone, but certainly I think they're floating the rumor anyway that they might take offers on one or both of their marquee pitchers, which if you do that, man, are you just tearing down and going into full rebuild or what? Greg, you said how much is he asking for the Nolan Ryan baseball? I think he had, what did I say, 3 or 4 of them. He had several of them. I don't know that he necessarily had a price on them at this point. He just kind of gave me a general ballpark of, like, in general, he was thinking, you know, $25, $30 a piece, but he wanted to look at the condition and all this other kind of stuff. And some might be more and some might be less because he had just bought this collection apparently shortly before I got there. And he knows, of course, I like the reds. And so he was, you know, filling me in on it. But honestly, if it did end up being about that price, that's a good price for Nolan Ryan, you know. I mean, I would think. I haven't priced what a Nolan Ryan autographed baseball goes for, but I would think so. I don't know. I may dig deeper into it when I have more time. Haha, like I ever have more time. There's another Stadium Club Chrome, and it is my man Johnny Bench, Cincinnati Reds. So both of our Chromes so far have been Reds, Joey Votto and Johnny Bench. So a cool little thing if you have the Reds. Oh, there we are. There's a nice hit. Yeah. Braves. Here comes your Ozzie Albies. Nice little on-card rookie auto out of Stadium Club, making somebody happy. Makes me happy. I like to see it. Whoops, I missed a black parallel there, Byron Buxton. Well, sort of missed him. We caught him there at the end, obviously. Yes, Jay, that Ozzie is the nicest hit we've had out so far for sure. Of course, any of those little baby Braves are good to hit. But Ozzie and Acuna, either one, would make the Braves happy. Dwight Gooden, Chrome for the Mets. Another Special Forces. Poor Bryce Harper, still in a slump. That's a terrible time to be in a slump, right before you're going to hit free agency. Whew, I do not feel for that guy. And then the pressure of knowing that probably puts you in an even worse slump, doesn't it? Would me. Wonder how they decide who's going to be on the box of stuff every year. As you know, Chris Bryant on there. Whereas you would have thought, you know, maybe one of our rookies or something. Usually if you're in football or basketball, it is one of the rookies on the box. Most of the time, not every time, but a lot of times. Oh, Bills and Coins, we've got a ways to go yet. We've still got to find the hits in this box that we're opening here. We've got 2 more boxes coming behind that. And, of course, no matter what, you're going to have lots of cards coming regardless, of course. And I'm sure there's probably been some parallels somewhere along the way for your teams, I would imagine. Haven't been keeping track of that, but I would think so. And we may, there's a little Mookie Betts red, and we may yet find some hits for you. We've got what, still 6 hits to find? Yeah. So don't give up yet. We've got time. Chipper Jones Chrome. I bet they pay those guys, I would think you would have to pay those guys extra if you're going to use them on the box and in your marketing materials. I mean, maybe not. Could be covered by the same CBA that covers the fact that you can produce the baseball cards. I mean, obviously the collective bargaining doesn't force them to sign cards. I think all the autograph deals and stuff like that are separate. But just they're allowed to have a card made by virtue of the CBA. So maybe that also allows for them to choose who they want on the box. I don't know. I think I'll ask my my former Upper Deck guy about that, my rep, next time I talk to him. I'm going to ask him that question. Oh, he told me something else interesting recently, too. That they will, like, for instance, he hasn't worked for Upper Deck for a while, but of course they know him, and he left there on good terms and things. So when they have an athlete in his area and they want to do a signing, sometimes they'll just call him instead of flying one of their people there. Or if one of their people, you know, misses a flight, or I don't know, something weird happens, they'll just call him, pay him a couple $100. He goes and gets whatever it is, the autographs, or I mean the cards, or the jerseys, or the memorabilia, whatever it is. He goes and witnesses all the signatures, and then both he and the player who's done the signing signed some little affidavit that it was all, you know, on the up and up and signed in person, whatever, and he returns it, you know, sends it off to Upper Deck, and they pay him a couple $100, and it's all done. So I always thought, you know, you read those things about everything is witnessed by a Topps representative or whatever. So I always thought that meant like there was somebody that worked for Topps 9 to 5 every day of the week that traveled around and did that. I don't know what I thought, but that's kind of what I thought. But that's apparently not how it works. And here's another hit for my Cincinnati Reds with Mela. So, yeah, so interesting. At least in the case of Upper Deck, an Upper Deck representative does not mean that they really work full-time or even at all for Upper Deck, because it hadn't worked for them for several years. But I thought it was kind of interesting. I like learning little tidbits of the ins and outs of things like that from him. I always find it interesting to get some insight from the trading card company side of things. Our next hit out is for the Diamondbacks, and it is Jimmy Sherfy for Arizona. You saw, of course, we had another Shohei go by there a second ago. It was base, but with the red parallel, the red writing, as opposed to the silver writing. Here's another chrome. It's Byron Buxton again. We keep finding Byron Buxton. We found him, I think, in the red, and maybe in the black, and now in the chrome. So they kind of, they like Byron Buxton here in this set, it would seem. At the very least, they like him in this particular case. 2 boxes left, so 6 down, 2 to go. We might open a little stadium club on the 4th of July even. Kind of been trying to decide what to do on the 4th of July. Because, you know, a lot of times people are out, fireworks and that kind of stuff. But with it being in the middle of the week, probably less so than when it's on a weekend. And it's also just right dead in the middle of the week. So I don't know how do you do that with vacation too? You really have to stretch it. You'd have to use 2 vacation days on either side. What do you guys think? Are you going to be, what do you guys think about breaking on the 4th of July? You going to be out watching fireworks and cooking out? Or are you going to be looking for something to do? I kind of go back and forth. I can't decide if I want to break or not. And then I think, well, maybe I'll break, but it'll just be, maybe we'll just do memorabilia or something that doesn't take very long. And then, well, I look at that and think, well, if I'm going to break, might as well break cards. So, I don't know. Can't decide. Bills and Coins is putting it on Stadium Club. He's putting the word out for Stadium Club to deliver him a hit in these last 2 boxes. Jay, you're going to be on the lake. Nice. I'm going to wish that I was on the lake because I think it is going to be hot as blazes here, is what they're saying anyway. Tyler Wade, another Tyler Wade for the Yankees. That one is a black writing down there at the bottom. I don't think the first one was, but of course, we'll check it out in the recap. Yeah, so we had rain here for, oh gosh, the better part of a week, it seemed like, at least 4 or 5 days, and the rain stopped. Didn't rain today. Stopped sometime yesterday, I guess. And now, ooh, it is heating up like an oven out there. And they're saying that, I guess our temperatures are only going to be in the 90s. I say only. But the heat index, which I guess takes into account humidity and all the other stuff, is going to be approaching 110 degrees coming up in the days ahead. So, ooh, I don't know. I don't know how much outdoor stuff I'm going to do on the 4th of July that doesn't involve water. Probably not much. Because that is flipping hot. Hot, 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 hot. But, you know, we'll, I'd rather have heat than cold, so I guess I shouldn't be complaining about it anyway. Addison Russell Cubbies Chrome. Look at that. That's very funny. The giant, you know, glove in the background there. That just made me laugh. And there is a red parallel for the Orioles with Manny Machado. Here comes an autograph. Let me get a sleeve ready for it. And it is J.D. Davis for the Houston Astros. That was our second one out of this box, right? Yeah, because our first one was the Tyler Wade. So we made Jay happy anyway. For the one and only time he roots for the Yankees. At least you pulled through. At least you got something, right? Actually, wait, that's the second one of him, isn't it? I think it was. First one I don't think was. I think the first one was just regular, though. Not black, not numbered, just straight up. But, again, we'll check it out when we recap and make sure that I'm remembering that correctly. All right, 1 box left in this half case. Last box mojo. let's try to find something spectacular in here. Something that blows the doors off. I always say this whenever I open anything with this many packs. Just, oh, please, Topps, just put them in packs like you do with jumbos. Put lots of cards in one pack. It's so much faster. But they're not going to listen to us. They're going to do their own thing. My hobby store owner today was talking about Stadium Club in mini boxes. I do not ever remember Stadium Club being in mini boxes. Do you? I always remember it being in packs. And he's like, no, Stadium Club. He thought it was as recently as like 2 years ago that Stadium Club was in mini boxes. And for the life of me, I do not remember that. I only remember Stadium Club being in packs. So I don't know. Maybe I've taken a blow to the head recently or something, but I'm not recalling that. I should research it, I guess, if I really want to know, but I guess I didn't want to know that badly, or I would have, huh? But he's such a nice guy. He's had that store for, I want to say, about 20 years. He was one of the first local card stores, local card shop, hobby shop, whatever you want to call it, in my city. And over the years, we've had plenty that have come and gone, most of them pretty short-lived, but he has maintained all the way through for 20 years. Now he wants to retire, and he's trying to talk me into buying his store. But I don't think I want to. I wouldn't mind having the store. That part would be fun. But, A, I don't have time for it. Unless I stopped breaking, and I don't want to stop breaking because I like breaking. And B, it's a lot of money. You know, a lot of money. Because, of course, he wants to sell the whole thing, obviously. The inventory, the name, the whole everything. And, gosh, he's got some products in there that he's had for, oh, man, 6, 7, 8 years that he would have paid gigantic full price for somewhere along the way, which we could probably buy now for a fraction of the cost in most cases of the stuff that's left, obviously. Dodgers with a hit with Locastro. But point being, he's going to want to get something close to what he paid for it all those years ago, and yeah, that's going to be hard to do. Here's a Chrome Robles for the Nats. Ooh, a redemption. Oh, and I saw it, so I flipped it upside down, and I'm holding you in suspense, and I know that's mean. That is mean. I didn't see who's on it. I just saw that it was going to be a redemption, and I thought, we're on the last box. Let's wait to flip it. Give everyone that last little moment of hope until we flip it over and see who our lucky recipient is going to be. I wish I had gotten a glance at it, but I didn't. Which just tells you I want to know right now too, but I'm practicing some self-restraint here. We'll be to it momentarily. I don't know who's in here as a redemption. Since this just came out yesterday, I haven't yet looked up who the redemptions are. But we're about to find out who that one is anyway. Here we go. Drum roll, drum roll. It is the big reveal. Nice. Red Sox. Rafael Devers. Okay, so you know I'm going to go to the checklist for that. Yeah, I know. We all know it's the Red Sox, but you also know that I'm a geek that way, a nerd, whatever you want to call it. I'm going to go look it up because that's just what I do. I think it's the right way to do it, and that's what we're going to do. So that's what we're doing right now. And what did that say? Just base card autograph variation. So somewhere in here we should find that. Oh, is that it? Yes. Okay. And what card number is he? That might help me out. It just says SCARD. Oh, boy. Oh, because that's the chrome variation. I stopped in the wrong spot. That's why. Come on. Here we go. Now, these are alphabetical. Even better. There you are. There he is. Red Sox, as expected. As we knew. But now 100% on-screen verified for the purposes of historical accuracy, if you will. All right, let's recap. Let's take a look at what we pulled. I only set our autographs aside to recap because we've got a lot of variations over there with the, red, a couple of the oranges, the blacks, but I didn't really separate those out this break. So we have a nice redemption here for the Red Sox. Tim Locastro and the Dodgers. For the Astros, it is J.D. Davis. Here comes Tyler Wade for the Yankees, numbered to 25. 10 of 25 to be specific. For the Diamondbacks, we have Sherfy. For the Reds, Mella. Here's the nice Ozzy. Love it. For the Braves. Nito for the Mets. Here comes our, it's not really a base. I mean, I guess it is. It's a base autograph. Anyway, it's not numbered, of Tyler Wade. We'll get it out there in a minute. Kyle Farmer. Dodgers have another hit. The Nationals have Roddy Reed. And the Oakland A's with Paul Blackburn. Sandy Alcantara for the Marlins, finally. The autograph on the correct team card. And then my Cincinnati Reds with Jackson Stevens. So the Reds with a second hit. Baltimore Orioles with Anthony Santander. And then Ryder Jones got us started off tonight with the San Francisco Giants. So, yeah, that's got us covered for tonight. I see Bills and Coins. Aw, he got one non-autograph hit, and he's sad. And I don't blame you, Bills and Coins. It's not as much fun when you don't get hits, so I do understand that. That's definitely less fun than when you do get hits. I will grant you that. So if anybody happened to miss it earlier, or you're watching the tape delay, the recap, the DVR version, whatever we're calling it these days, here's another shot at looking at the spreadsheet in case you missed it earlier. So anticipating that we'll ship out on Monday, I'm going to try to get it out to you faster than that. And of course, I do print my labels through eBay, so you should, I believe you should see a shipping notice when it goes out the door. To be on the safe side, projecting Monday, hoping for faster. We'll leave it at that. And of course, consolation cards, I didn't even go over that earlier, but that could apply to the Gold Rush value pack stuff. If your team wasn't pulled in there, whatever consolation card or cards you are due will actually ship with the rest of the break. Since this is a paid shipping break, it's not one of those things where it would wait and go out with your next hit. It'll go out right away if you're due a consolation card. And then, of course, once again, just looking at what's coming up in the days ahead. Tomorrow's going to be fun with a couple of triple memorabilia boxes, one for baseball, one for basketball. And then encased and basketball museum collection baseball. More memorabilia on Saturday, more Inception, more Elite football. On Sunday, we've got memorabilia and the back half of this Stadium Club case, as well as museum collection. On Monday is Inception, another Gold Rush Value Pack case, and a batting helmet, right? Yeah, another autographed batting helmet. Tuesday, football jersey autographed, basketball jersey autographed, and encased basketball. Don't know yet what I'm going to do for Wednesday, so that one's kind of up in the air. But anyway, I think that has got us covered for tonight. If I'd keep us on the right screen, that would be helpful. Not send you off to a black screen, but anyway, so that has got us covered for tonight. Once again, I appreciate everyone joining the break. I hope you have a great rest of your week, and hopefully I will see you again tomorrow night, or if not, then sometime soon. Take care now. Bye-bye.